So I just want to share something, right? So um, early earlier this week, I did something that I wasn't supposed to do. I'm not sure what I did, and I haven't done it in a very, very, very long time. And yeah, so I did it, and in the midst, right before I did it, in the midst of me doing it, I knew I should have been doing it, and I was being warned in the midst of it, right? And still continue to do it. So anyway, after it was done, I just felt like so much guilt, or whatever the case may be, and just really just talking bad on myself, and I just was like, I'm not okay with what I did, but I accept the consequences behind it and whatever. Um, like just telling God stuff like that and whatever, and just like I just felt like in that moment I just felt like God was not going to forgive me, or it was just like he just wasn't going to forgive me. So anyway, I'm just babbling, saying all types of bad things about myself, whatever the case may be. So he says to me, "You know me by my consequences, not by you know me by my consequences, not as a father." And that kind of ruffled my feathers because it's like I don't think I've ever like I know who he is and who he is to me, but I've never looked at um me doing something or I don't know, me committing a sin or me acting out. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I never considered that and then be like, because I know every action has a reaction. Rather God is gonna respond into a good way or a bad way or whatever. So he says to me, "You know me by my consequences, not as a father." So I went along babbling again, and then he says to me, "Do you know what grace is?" I really had to go look up what grace actually is. Now I pray and ask for mercy and grace, but do you even know what you're praying and asking for? And grace is basically God giving you something that you don't deserve. God forgiving you even though you don't deserve it. And yeah. So after he said that to me, it made me my phone. It made me kind of like calm down some and start to realize that I really need to learn him as a father, because every time I out of habit, like, and I feel like anything that's like dealing pertaining to my heart and the posture of my heart, I am constantly praying for that. But when I do something that's what I want to say, as related to my flesh, when I know like I shouldn't be doing something, or I respond out of like a fleshy sense. I think that's what I think that's what I'm heading at. I respond when it's something like more towards my flesh. I feel like when I do something knowing that I'm not supposed to do it in regards to my flesh, I don't feel like I don't be feeling worthy of his forgiveness or his grace, because I know in my mind that I shouldn't do it, or I know that I shouldn't respond in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Like anything from the flesh, I don't know how to accept like his grace from that. And I think that's like something I have to work on. Um because if I do it and I know I'm not supposed to do it and I do it again, and it's like, you should know better. I beat myself like, you should know better. You know you don't got no business doing it. I am one of those people. And I think that's why he was more so on me is because, like, you're a human, you're a sinner, you know that you're going to sin. Now, do I purposely sin? No, I don't. Let me not say I don't think people don't purposely sin, but do I? I'm very aware, like, and when certain opportunities arrive for me to respond and my flesh, I don't normally give in or subject myself to that, because I have developed somewhat of self-discipline and self-control. So when it did happen, it was like, I feel like I let myself down, but I let God down more than anything. And when you learn that his grace is significant, I think that's how you say it, then you'll actually learn him as a father, and not just always look for him to respond with a consequence behind it. Now, granted, some things may get that, but I honestly, when I did it, I just knew, like, either he was going to yell at me, because I actually hear him, like, audibly. So I thought, and it has happened to me twice. So I thought he was going to yell at me audibly. He didn't. So when he didn't, I was looking for me to have, like, bad dreams. And I still was able to sleep, like, peacefully. But it was like, at my self-conscious, I just kept jumping out my sleep. I wouldn't allow myself to sleep comfortable because of what I have done. And I just knew that God just wasn't going to forgive me. Like, in my mind, I just knew he wasn't going to forgive me. And then I noticed, like, even after that, he was just giving me scriptures and basically just letting me know that he loves me and that I am forgiven and all those things. It was just like, in those moments, I didn't want to accept that he forgave me, because I felt so bad for doing it, knowing that I shouldn't have done it. And he still was just, like, leaning on me and tugging on me to just know that I'm forgiven and be okay and be comfortable with the fact that he forgave me. And that was like a real life struggle for me to do it, because I know I'm not supposed to be perfect, but I just be in my head like, if you know you're not supposed to be doing something, just don't do it. And that's not reality all the time. And in the midst of it, like, beginning of all of that, I don't know what made me remember when somebody gave this word. They said, even when David was sinning, he still didn't change him from king. He still was who he called him to be, even in the midst of it. And that's not to say live a life of sin, because with sin come consequences against David. Say nah, but for real. And he reminded me of that. So yeah, don't beat yourself up. Learn to accept his grace and his love, and actually get to know him as a father. I don't think I ever started tearing on a video before. Like, what? But it was on my heart to share, so that's it.